Welcome to our third and final match with our Diamond Sapphire deck here today. Seems very reasonable. It would be a touch better if this coin was a regular Sapphire Shard, not only so the coin was still in our deck to cycle later, but also so we can play the Cerulean Sage in one. But still, we get to go War Party Guide into Scholar on 3, or possibly Cerulean Sage plus Shackling Trades on 3, so... Depth Crawler here right at the start from our Theros opponent. Theros super powerful, easily one of the better champions in this format. Cloudbounder is actually a great draw. It means we're going to play this Sage on 2 as opposed to the War Party Guide. It's less resource efficient, but it means we can Diligence out the Cloudbounder next turn off to Cerulean Sage and then start pressuring for 5 in the air. Okay, pretty strong start for my opponent here. Worth noting they played a Ruby Threshold here as opposed to the Blood that you often see with Theros. Could be a Charges Matters deck with like Rock Slider or Wrist Spasm potentially in it. Marina Regular perhaps too. That is going to make racing very difficult. Whenever you gain a charge, target opposing troop gets -2 power till the start of your next turn. And my opponent's champion power says whenever you play an underworld troop, you gain a charge. So they're just going to get to give my guys lots of minus power here. This is a free attack in for the Skidooing Cultivator now, so it's going to start generating Dreadlings. I'm going to go ahead and block here. Hitting the extra resource there is fantastic, which we're going to get to guaranteed activate our champion power next turn. I think I want to leave the Cloudbounder back to block because my opponent can potentially activate their champion power next turn. So this is going to save us 2 points of life as opposed to dealing 1 point of damage this turn. I think I want to play the War Party Guide out as opposed to the Skyspire Scholar this turn, but that could be wrong. It might be right to just be resource efficient. The nice thing about playing the War Party Guide out is that it's going to keep the Depth Crawler at bay, but I guess if they gain a charge and give this minus power, it would have been better off playing the Skyspire Scholar. Yeah, hindsight being 2020 with the Web Scribe on the table, I definitely should have played the Skyspire Scholar this turn. Yep. This is a decent spot for them to hit their champion power. They might want to wait until this can go active too. Nope. Alright, there's the champion power. So, yeah, if I would have played this, I would have saved myself 2 points of life here. So I'm taking a hit for 8 this turn when I block one of their 2 power dorks. So I could be... If I lose the race in this game by like 2 points, it's definitely my fault. I shouldn't have played the War Party Guide this turn because of the Web Scrub. I should have played the Skyspire Scholar. Leyline Purifier is a great hit here. It allows us to, again, kind of just like continue going wide with blockers. My child is taking a golf club and knocking it on the door. It's a child's golf club, but you know. Oh, kids. Oh, kids. Oh, kids. Oh, kids. Oh, that's a battle agenda. Yep. Gassing right on up here. We're at the point where even if we draw a non-slow shard, it's still pretty decent for us since we have the Skyspire Scholar in play here. It'll allow us to gas back up a little bit too. They're not going to have they're probably not going to have profitable attacks again until they get to a point where they can activate their Theros power. That being said, like drawing more cards, if they got a lot of Underworld troops in their deck like they likely do, they're probably going to have another Theros activation like another turn and a half. Yeah, blocks like that. Vigilant Duskwing, not a bad hit. I think I'm just going to take this opportunity to just start pressure to deal, right? Like, if I hit like this, they're pretty unlikely to be able to activate their champion power next turn, and they also aren't getting Skittering Cultivator Dreadlings, so yeah, I think we just want to crack them for 7 here. And go ahead and play this Vigilant Duskwing out. They're dead in 2. Maybe it was a touch aggressive to attack with this too if they're at 16. Nah, let's put some on a 2-turn clock. This is probably fine. I guess they could go double Underworld Troops this turn and activate this, but it's asking quite a bit, so hopefully... them web-scribing this is great because it means War Party Guide is the blocker, so they're probably not getting aggressive this turn if they're using web-scribe defensively. Yep. Oh, right, they were going to have some Dreadling Generation, not only from the Cavern Sentry, but this as well. We'll see. I don't think we can die here, but if they have another Underworld Troop and they get to activate this, we could take a pretty sizable hit here. Fingers crossed for no second Underworld Troop this turn. That's unfortunate. This does mean that they can't activate these Dreadlings, so I think we're still going to be okay. They can hit their champ power, I suppose, but like this can't attack and this can't attack. I get to block 3 of their dorks for free. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Although I guess if they attack with this, I might double this so they can't make Dreadlings with it next turn. I might throw this away just to gain 2 here, honestly. It like keeps getting shrunk anyway, so it's not really doing a whole lot. We'll see that their tank decision here is whether or not they want to attack with this Depth Crawler. And if they attack with the Depth Crawl, I think I'm going to Leyline Purifier plus this here. And they didn't, so yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and go block, 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 take 6. Yeah. In there. Alright, so what do we want to do here? I think we're definitely cracking with the Vigilant Duskwing, and we're cracking with the Cerulean Sage. The question is, do we want to attack with anything else? I think I want to attack with 1 Phantom here. If I attack like this, this leaves me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. I guess they're going to get 2 Dreadlings from this, but at the same time, they can't activate their Theros this turn. So yeah, I'm just going to hit like this. This hits them for 5 down to 8, and then I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 power, so they need to generate 2 charges this turn off the Web Scribe to not lose the game the next turn. Okay, it's cantrip. Need a resource here. Or they played a resource, need an Underworld Troop here. Sorry. Do you actually want a cashew, or are you going to take it and throw it on the floor? 1 cashew. Are you going to eat it? There you go. Scale of 1 to dead. Where am I at here, opponent? Hopefully not very. This might just be a crack with the squad desperation attack. Block, 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 block. Take 4. Don't Lasgar's Vengeance me, bro. Okay. To do the old attack for lethals, I guess. I'm gonna Shackling Strands this just in case. think we have any changes here. I guess the reversion's a little bit medium minus. I probably wouldn't mind another defensive troop here. Oh, Friar Tusk for the Dreadlings, right? Let's do that. We did that last time too. Seems like a fine swap. Seems like a medium minus. It's got a Bring to Justice. This hand is just like a 1 or 2 drop away from being very, very good though, so I think it's definitely worth the keep. We've got 2 shots to draw something to play with this Cloudbounder. The question here is, do I want to play these coins out? I think because I drew a 5th resource, I want to lead on the non-coin shards here, so that way I can potentially cycle this coin in the late game if we flood out a little bit here. Yep, reset activation. This is a little bit of an aggressive use of this, right? Like, they can't even activate their champion power just yet. Maybe they're just like not going to have a good opportunity to spend those resources in the coming turns anyways. This hand is being a little slow and clunky. We didn't get rewarded by drawing anything, so... Really glad we decided to hold this coin, though. Unfortunately, I don't even want to play the Bring to Justice this turn. Do I want to play the Bring to Justice? That's so loose. Yeah, there's no way that's right. We might get run over. Like, this is generating 2 more points of damage this turn. And, like, it's going to generate more damage in the long run, too. It might actually be right just to Bring to Justice this idiot. That almost certainly needs to die. This gives all of their robots +1/+1. So, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and Bring to Justice the Tactician here. It gives them 1 less Underworld troop type, so Jorgen's Workshop is only going to make 1 Dreadling for them still, and this means they won't have extra pumps for them. Holy crap, that's a... Yep. Wow. I guess it stuns my Phantoms? That card's so bad. To each their own. I guess they're the Charges Matters deck, right? Like if they've got Wrist Spasm or Rock Sliders in their deck. I've played Sapphire's Favor in their the Wrist Spasm deck before. Sure, it's still 2 of the rest. We're taking 8 here down to 9. Them burning their champion power there is actually pretty good for us because it means this Friar Tusk is going to be able to block these Dreadlings that are getting produced. Hopefully Friar Tusk will be able to block these Dreadlings. Fingers crossed. Hopefully there's not a piece of removal in his future. Also playing our 4-drop out here is nice because next turn we'll be able to do a Sky Spire Scholar into Mobilize off a Phantom, hopefully. Okay, so there's that. I think I'm just calling with this Friar Tusk here. Like, there's no reason. Like, if they have another Zap, they have another Zap. In fact, the fact that they had a Zap and they burned it on a Phantom is kind of interesting what Friar Tusk is here. But, like, Friar Tusk isn't here to not block Dreadlings. So, you know, as you will. Probably going to get a second zap out of him. Which is fine, like, it's still, like, traded one for a Blitz, sure. So, like, we traded for a Blitz, which is actually a very powerful card, and we flogged a Dreadling attack for the turn, so that was a pretty successful Friar Tusk. Leyline Purifier, you don't say. Yeah. Let's just, kill this Jorga's Workshop here. I'm gonna leave this back just in case we need it as a blocker. In case something crazy happens, like a Dread deployment. Rocket Rider, that's pretty good. I think I want to leave this Phantom. Oh, wow. Okay, so this makes my decision easier. I'm going to trade here and block here and take 5, and then next turn I can use this Cloudbounder to... trade with their Rocket Rider. They don't have any cards in hand, so they're not going to be able to... Ooh, that's a Lamify. Yep, never mind. By that, I mean I'm going to Lamify this Rocket Rider. Vigilant Duskwing is an excellent hit, so Lamify that, and then play my Duskwing out. Sure. They don't have good attacks now, which is great for us. Next turn we get to add Spy Scholar and Cloudbounder to the board, and then we can use this in 2 turns to gas back up and draw some more cards here. We basically just need to fade something like a Dread deployment off of my opponent's deck, or like a Blazing Hammer obviously kills us as well. I wonder if they have things that deal 3 damage in their deck. This is a really aggressive attack. They're like trading this Llama for 1 point of damage. So this makes me think they must have something that like deals 3 points of damage, right? 1 resource short of playing all of these. Yeah, it's probably just Scholar into Cloudbounder here. And the nice thing about this is we get to start attacking with the Vigilant Duskwing since it readies on my opponent's turn as well. This looks like they're gearing up to attack with everything here, right? If that happens, I think I'm supposed to go to 1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure double here, block here is better than just like eat this, bounce, bounce. It puts me dead to Zap. Puts me dead to any Singleton Dreadling. Yeah, that might be worse than doing this. Yeah, I'm just going to do this for now. This is probably more conservative. Okay, I've got the extra cards coming from the Skyspire Scholar here soon. We're like mostly stabilizing. And by that, I mean we're playing Awakened Herald in this Cloudbounder here. Blood. Cloudbounder, no mobilize. So let's see here. If they draw, say, the Make 4 Dreadlings card, they'll have 6 Dreadlings and 2 of these. Can I afford to attack with this? I feel like I can. This will put him to 15, and then I'm just like, yeah, I think it's worth attacking with the Cloudbounder here. This will ready, so we have 5 blockers. Resource, sign me up. draw a couple cards here. Shackling Strands, huh? Really doesn't change anything. I'm going to attack with the Vigilant Dustwing and this Cloudbounder. Just be a little bit conservative leaving this back. They're dead. I guess the upside to attacking with this Cloudbounder here is that my opponent, a removal spell, wouldn't give them another draw step here. So maybe it's worth shipping with both Cloudbounders here and like Shackling Strandsing the Cavern Sentry. Yeah, I could see that being correct. They didn't hit, so we got them, and we finished with 2-1. Like I said, we were expecting with this very reasonable and powerful deck. So stay tuned for the wrap-up segment. We'll talk about what things went good, bad, and otherwise. Thanks for watching today, folks.